baby who previously accepted a bottle and then suddenly refuses it, turning away, pushing it out, getting upset, and it can feel confusing, especially if there's a reason that bottle matters right now. I'm Lyndsey, IBCLC and co-founder of the Holistic Sleep Coaching Program, where we support families to understand feeding and sleep through biology, responsiveness, development and relationship, not pressure or quick fixes. Now, bottle refusal can feel stressful, especially when there's a plan in place, returning to work, childcare starting, wanting a break, or hoping someone else can help with feeds. So in this video, we're going to look at why this happens, what might be going on underneath, and how to approach it in a way that supports both baby and parent. Before anything else, it's worth acknowledging why this matters. For many families, a bottle represents flexibility, shared feeding, a chance to rest, time away, or support overnight, and those needs are completely valid, especially when feeding has been intensive or sleep is broken. But it's important to separate the need for support from the method we're trying to use to get it, because sometimes the bottle becomes the focus when the real need is something else. Now, this is a really common belief that a bottle, particularly a larger feed, will improve sleep, but there's no evidence that giving more milk, whether breast milk or formula, leads to longer or more consolidated sleep. Sleep is not driven simply by how full the stomach is. It's influenced by development, regulation, and overall needs. So introducing a bottle isn't a guaranteed solution for night waking or broken sleep. And in some situations, it can actually create more work. For example, if a breastfeeding parent skips a feed overnight, depending on the stage of lactation, they may need to pump to avoid discomfort or engorgement, which can mean still waking, still managing feeding, just in a different way. So it's worth asking, is the bottle solving the problem that actually needs solving? When a baby stops accepting a bottle, it's rarely random. There are usually a few overlapping factors. Strong feeding preference. Babies are very aware of how they're fed, the flow, the pace, the closeness, the regulation, and a bottle feels different. So refusal isn't stubbornness, it's preference. Increased awareness. As babies grow, they become more aware, more discerning, less likely to accept something that feels unfamiliar or different. So something that worked earlier may no longer feel as acceptable to them. Sensitivity to pressure. Babies are really good at picking up on adult emotion. If there's tension, urgency, or desperation around feeding, that can make it harder because feeding is relational, and when the interaction feels pressured, babies can become dysregulated. Timing and context. If a baby's not particularly hungry, or they're tired, overstimulated, or unsettled, they're less likely to accept something new. So timing matters more than people often expect. Now, this really matters. Feeding is not just about intake, it's about connection, regulation, familiarity, safety. So when introducing or reintroducing a bottle, how it's done matters just as much as what's in it. If feeding becomes a battle, refusal often increases. If it stays calm, responsive and relational, there's more chance of acceptance over time. If a bottle is needed or wanted, there are ways to approach it more gently. Lower the pressure, remove the urgency where possible. Short, low pressure attempts, and stop before frustration builds. Let someone else offer it. Babies often respond differently to another caregiver, especially if the breastfeeding mother or parent is not in the room. Think about timing. Try when baby is calm but not overly hungry or upset. Avoid pushing during distress. Try when they're queuing for a breastfeed and actually hungry. Use paced bottle feeding. Slower, more responsive flow rates, and following cues rather than encouraging a set volume. Experiment gently. Try different milk temperatures. Try different teat shapes. If a pacifier is used already, try a teat that's the same shape as the pacifier. That can help. Try different positions, walking, swaying, or gentle movement. Try singing while offering the bottle. It's hard to be stressed and sing, and this may help everyone relax. And consider alternatives. Cups can sometimes be accepted more easily than bottles, especially for older babies. It's also worth asking a slightly different question. Is the goal the bottle, Or is the goal support? Because sometimes what's really needed is more rest, a break from being the primary responder, less physical demand, and a bottle is just one possible route to that, but not the only one. So if a bottle is feeling difficult, it's okay to explore other ways of meeting that need. So if a baby has suddenly stopped taking a bottle, it's not random, it's not failure, it's usually a reflection of preference, development, awareness, and the feeding relationship itself. And when those are understood, it becomes much easier to decide whether to keep working towards a bottle or to meet the need in a different way. If this kind of approach to feeding and sleep feels more aligned, you'll find more videos on the channel where we look at night waking, sleep changes, and feeding patterns through the same lens of biology, development, and relationship. See you next time.